Hey, welcome back. My sincere hope is that you're feeling massive shifts within you as you work through this course, and you're beginning to feel more empowered from working through module number 3. Maybe you've heard of signal or radio jammers that disrupt information flow. That's what I think about this next topic. We've all had them, ruminating thoughts, those fears or even daydreams that just go over and over and over in your head, driving you crazy. In this module, we're going to rein in our ruminating thoughts and release that energy by allowing the thoughts a platform to be expressed and not repressed. When the thoughts are repressed, they just stick around longer. The energy needs to move, and we're getting it to move by writing. Remember, your emotions pass information to you regarding your inner and outer stimuli and experiences. Think of your body like a radio, constantly receiving input from the world around you and translating it into something you can understand. But your signals can be disrupted. How does it feel to have a thought hijack your brain? Maybe something happens and you instantly start thinking of the worst possible outcome. You play the whole thing out in your head, creating stress and anxiety for yourself. You go from a simple problem to a catastrophic event in a short time span. Now, realistically speaking, that worst case scenario will never happen. But that doesn't stop your brain from going there, because our brains like to protect us, and it must have a plan so we don't get hurt. Your ability to receive other messages and stimuli may be hindered because of the constant thought you've got on repeat in your mind. On the other side of the spectrum is getting lost in our daydreaming. Maybe you can't focus on work because you're daydreaming about a lover or a goal. I can hear your rebuttal. You may say, but KL, where your mind goes, energy flows. So shouldn't we focus on the things we want? To that I say, yeah, I agree with that. Focusing on what you want from a place of excitement. But that's not what I'm referring to. This type of daydreaming is disruptive and borderline obsessive or completely obsessive. While it's great to get lost in daydreaming at times, I found this type of daydreaming is wrapped up in the energy of lack, because you're daydreaming about something that you really want and you don't have it. Your energy is going there from a place of yearning, not so much a place of excitement or maybe patient anticipation. Here are some other words related to yearning: ache, hunger, thirst, and crave. You notice the difference? We're going to go through the exercises in a bit to help you with your own ruminating thoughts, but I wanted to share a couple of examples from my own life. I had a ruminating daydream about a love affair that my soul yearns for. Well, I was working one day and I noticed I was just staring at my computer, but completely lost in this fairy tale love story playing out in my head. I had to shake my head a few times to focus back on my work. So later that day, I gave myself permission to write about it. I wrote about my love story like it was like I was a Disney princess, being swept off my feet. I totally got lost in this story. I poured out all of this emotion I was feeling, the events that I wanted to happen, and I just let myself go. No judgments, just writing it all out. Can you guess what happened when I finished the story? The daydreaming stopped. It was immediate. It was like as soon as I allowed myself to fully be immersed in this feeling, in this story, my body was like, okay, cool. We just needed to play that song, now on to something else. So another example. I caught myself thinking about a former partner and how many women he's probably already dating, etc. You know how that goes. I know I'm not the only person that does that. So I did it a few times and it irritated me and created some tension in my body. And I didn't know why. I even said to myself, like, why do I care who he's dating? I don't want him back. I'm so much better off. But that wasn't stopping the thought from continuing to pop up in my head, complete with fictitious images and events about me running into him with his multiple girlfriends at places like the grocery store or something. So I got irritated enough that I sat down to write about it. I wrote out the whole scene in my head, and the funny thing about it was that this time it was like a few sentences. And then I was done. I didn't need to write pages worth because I really didn't care. And I didn't want to be back in that energy. But I needed to get those few words out. Everyone is different. So maybe my successes will take you a couple of tries, or maybe you think this module is silly and you never have ruminating thoughts. Well, if that's the case, congratulations on that. But if not, let's put this into practice. It's time to write. Is there a thought or a worry that you find yourself constantly thinking about? Put it down on your paper or your computer. Get it out of your head. What are you thinking about? Is this thought based on a real or fictitious event? It doesn't matter. Just go with it. Maybe you don't have ruminating worries, but you get lost in your own daydream situation, like my love story. Think about your daydream. Allow yourself to be in the energy and write from that point of view. Don't judge yourself. Allow the energy you feel to express through your words. Create a story and get it out of your head. Pause the video to allow you time to write. When you're finished writing, you may choose whether or not you want to read it. That's up to you. But I encourage you to explore how you feel after completing the exercise. Has any energy shifted in your body? What effects can you feel in your mind and body? Write about how you feel. Remember to move the emotions and the energy that you are uncovering through this process by moving your body. Make sure to drink plenty of water as well. Work at your own pace and be mindful of your body's needs. The work you're doing is transformational, so be kind to yourself and allow yourself the time and rest you may need. Congratulations on all the work you've done this far. I'm so proud of you. I will see you in module number 5.